Hello, Mary DeBono here, and I want to show you something I call the rib rope. And it's amazing how effective this is, even though it's pretty simple. It's simple, but you still need to really be very attentive to yourself when you're doing it, and that's what gives you the big change. So let me go ahead and just get started with it. So what you'll need is you'll need some kind of rope or a belt or a dog's leash. People often use like round reins that they might have, or a lead rope. Now I will tell you that the quality of the rope makes a big difference. So there's a gal at, the website is horseropeconnection.com, I believe. Her name is Jennifer, and you can get the ropes from her. And I'll put a link in to make sure you get that. But she has both a thin rope, which I tend to favor, or thicker rope. Now there's benefits to each one, pros and cons. You might like the feel of the thicker, softer one. You might like how it feels in your hand. You might like how it feels on your rib cage. So you might want to even get both. I don't get any commission from it. They're super inexpensive. We just want you to get the benefit from them. So I'm going to demonstrate though with this bright lime green one, so you'll really see it. But it'll apply to, even if you pick up a belt that you may have laying around, or your dog's leash, you could try that. The important thing is that you feel like a pleasurable sensation in your ribs, or I'll say neutral, but definitely not anything that's going to be uncomfortable, okay? That's really, really important. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these down. And what you'll do is you'll take your rope or your leash or your belt or whatever, and just leave it like laying on your lap for now. And just sit comfortably in your chair. By the way, you can do all this standing as well, but I would say in the beginning do it sitting, because you're not using quite as many anti-gravity muscles when you're sitting as opposed to standing. There's some differences. So do it a few times in sitting, and then you can do it standing as well later on. Okay, so the first thing you do is you just turn your head just a little bit side to side. And you're just getting a sense of how easy it is to turn in each direction. So you're not going to your maximum, you're not stretching and straining, you're just doing what's super easy. Just do it once or twice and make a mental note. And do it slowly. I was doing it a little too fast actually, because I was trying to talk to the camera at the same time. Okay, so make your mental note. Now go ahead and pick up your rope or your leash or your belt and put it right under your armpits. And now we're going to cross the rope. So I'll often do it like this, or I'll simply cross my hands. So whichever way feels easier. I think to show you the movements, it might appear easier to do it this way, okay? So you're just going to cross the rope, hold on to it just comfortably with your hands. And the first thing you do is you give yourself a little hug. So you're just going to increase the pressure gently in each of your hands. So you're hugging yourself with the rope. Very gently. You just feel a little pressure. That's all. Nothing uncomfortable. And now keeping that pressure, keep it consistent first. Then you're going to actually increase the pressure in your right hand. So you're going to like pull to the side a little bit. But it doesn't mean you let go with the left. So you keep that hug feeling, okay? And then you just pull a little bit more with the right hand. And so in other words, you're going to be going like in that direction, the pull. And again, it's very gentle. So you pull a little bit and then you ease up. You pull a little bit and then you ease up. Then try it with the left hand. And how does that compare? So when you put a little more pressure and kind of pull over to the left, how does that feel? And remember, you're going to keep a little pressure in the other hand that's not working as well. I mean, they're both working to some degree. So now just alternate. Do one pull to the right, and as you're releasing that, and not releasing it totally, but as you're letting up, then you start to increase the pressure on the other hand. And you go back and forth like this. And if you really pay attention and really listen to what's happening in your rib cage, you might feel just a very nice sensation, a little bit of movement, or perhaps just a little softening of the muscles in between the ribs. But in any case, it should not hurt. If it's uncomfortable, then you're doing too much probably, or you have some issues that you should really, really scale this back. Okay? Because it should feel, it should feel good actually. And go back and forth like this. Okay, then rest for a moment. If your hands are getting tired, you could even actually bring your arms down. But we're just going to go ahead and just scooch down a little bit. Don't worry about exactly where you land. If you're on a rib or in between the ribs, don't even worry about it. Just scooch down a little bit and see where the rope or your belt or your leash ends up. And we're going to do the same thing. You're going to give yourself a little hug, and then you're going to pull a little bit in one direction. And as you're easing up on that, you start to increase the pressure in the other hand. And you go back and forth. And you may feel how different parts of you, like maybe as you go further down the rib cage, you feel more movement than you did a little higher up. That's most likely the case. But again, it's very gentle. Going back and forth. Just do a few in each area, and then scooch down just a little bit more. And the same thing. Pull one way, then the other. And there may be some places that feel particularly good that you want to just take a little bit longer there. Hang out a little bit more, do a little more of these little pulls. Okay, now so you don't want to go too far down. I mean, you can go a little further than I'm doing. For the sake of the duration of the video, I'm shortening this a little bit. But now you can go back up to the top and just repeat that and see if it's different. Do you have more movement now than you did before? And as you're doing it, you really want to feel how, the movement, the pressure on the rope goes all around, right? So you really want to feel that and get a sense of the width of your rib cage. And notice if your breathing is changing. That's it. Let's go ahead and just scooch down a little bit more. And again, repeat this. Gently increasing the pressure on one hand, then the other. And then again, you can continue down. For the sake of, the video, we're going to pause here. So notice the way you feel, notice the way you're breathing. And now go back to turning your head. And just see if automatically, almost like magic, but it's not, if you go further. Isn't that crazy? People forget about how important it is to really wake up the ribs. I'll put it that way in simple terms. Wake up the ribs and the sternum and get the thoracic spine, get all these pieces moving, and how important that is for the health of your neck, for the flexibility of your neck, and also for the lower back, which then affects the legs. And of course, this will also affect your limbs. Your arms will feel lighter, most likely, as well. So it has incredible benefits, and we do this with animals too, and it's really, really amazing stuff. So stay tuned for more videos about the rib rope, because that's the basic one. That's the basic lesson or exercise around this. But we actually have plenty of other ways we incorporate it. So make sure you watch the other videos about the rib rope as well, because I think you'll really enjoy them and benefit from them. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye for now.